Commissioner Knox.
Here.
Commissioner Engel.
Here.
Commissioner Rollins.
Here.
Commissioner Vogelsang. Here. Commissioner Ray. Commissioner Ray.
Where's Bob?
She's on mute.
Bob doesn't have a video on.
Here. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. We do have one change to the agenda. Item number 2, the FAU MOU is going to be deferred again since we have not gotten any definitive information. Commissioner, do you have any other changes? I don't see Commissioner Rollins, so is there a way we can get him?
I sent him a note to start his video.
You're on mute, Brianne.
I sent Bob a note to start his video. Bob, on the bottom left-hand corner, you got it?
There he
Hey.
is.
Here it is.
All right.
Okay, Wednesday is Mr. Beauty.
Okay, so are there any other changes to the agenda other than item number 2? To defer it. Okay, hearing none, it's now time for public requests. Brianne, would you like to read our public request?
Sure, we have one that came in. This is from Jim Miller, 480 East Boca Raton Road, Boca Raton 33432. Madam Chair and Commission, the Friends of Gumbo Limbo is pleased to see the subject of the seawater on the agenda this evening. I want to confirm the email message sent to Brianne Harms that we completely urge moving ahead with the project and hope to see it put out for bids as quickly as possible. The center staff is working miracles to make the limited seawater supply work to keep our animals healthy, and the faster we can have a reliable supply, the better. All of us want to move ahead on a more definitive master plan, but recognize it will take time. It is important to take steps to make sure the center can be safe and continue to carry out the mission Friends shares with the city and the district. We understand and agree that such things as taking care of the main building, including a new roof and ACs. Another area that needs attention is the sea turtle rehabilitation area. Friends has begun a study jointly with the city and the center of short-term actions that can be undertaken for that program. The sea turtle program only uses about 25% of the current supply of seawater, but does depend on a regular, reliable supply. We also look forward to seeing a new tower on the boardwalk. The plan put forward in 2016 for the seawater supply system is still what is needed for the present programs and critical for the future of the center. It will be great to see it finally being done. I want to add a great round of applause to the city and center staff for taking care of the facilities in the critical times. Thank you sincerely, Jim Miller, President, Friends of Gumbo Limbo.
Thank you, Brianne. Members of the public, I know Mr. and Mrs. Chaffee are in attendance. Would anyone else like to call in and speak?
Hold on, I have one person that's coming into the meeting now. I don't know if they want to speak.
Okay. Anyone else would like to call in? Brianne, would you like to give the number out again, just in case somebody does want to call in and speak?
To press *9 if they want to raise their hands.
Or to call in?
I have one more person joining now too.
Okay. Whoever's calling or joining us, we are still doing public requests.
Yeah, anybody online right now on YouTube, you can dial 312-626-6799 to join by phone. It's 312-626-6799. And the meeting ID, I think, is listed on YouTube if they wanted to join that way. It's just going to be typed up there.
We'll just wait just another second, just in case somebody does want to call in.
We only have 5 people on
One of them's
YouTube.
me.
We can, Jacob, we can always reopen public requests if somebody does call in. Is that acceptable? I don't hear you.
He's muted.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. It's your discretion, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Jacob. Okay, right now we will close public requests. It's time for the approval of the minutes of the board meeting, of the virtual meeting held on April 20th, 2020. That can be found on page 3 of your agenda packet. Do I hear a motion?
Move to approve.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Engel, Joanne moved, had the motion, and Mr. Rollins seconded. Thank you. Is there any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote. Joanne, would
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our first item of business is the Sugar Sand Park easement found on page 11. Brianne, would you like to brief us on that?
Commissioners, the city is looking to install a new type of, it's an arm that will be more secure during hurricanes across the intersections at Camino and Military. There is currently, Jacob did some research this afternoon for me as well, and he can speak to this. There's currently a 15-foot easement, a utility easement, and that's defined as, it's forever with the city, correct, Jacob?
That is correct. Easement exists in perpetuity to the city of Boca Raton and to certain franchised utilities for the construction and maintenance of certain utility-related devices, water, wastewater, telephone, gas, cable television, and electrical utilities at that particular location. As Brianne said, it's a 15-foot utility easement which was dedicated by plat as part of the Sugar Sand plat.
So this will define part of that as this traffic control signal that they're installing there. There's already, we did a drive-by today, there's a box there already. Right now there's a cable across the street, it'll just be arms now, so that'll be more secure during the hurricanes. So we're looking for a motion tonight to approve this.
Do I hear a motion?
Well, excuse me though, Madam Chair, I'll make the motion to get the discussion. I just wanted to have the discussion.
I'll second the motion.
Joanne, Commissioner Ernst made the motion, Commissioner Rollins seconded. And so, Mr. Ernst, would you like to start the discussion, please?
Yeah, Brianne, I just want to know, what is it that we're being asked that's different? There's already existing a traffic box there, there's already an existing easement there. They're just changing the lighting, the traffic lighting there. So are they asking the district for a greater easement or anything that would
It's still 15 feet.
tear?
It's 15 feet, and that's what's designed already on the plat, but I think this is just defining this area as a traffic easement. Like, they have it sectioned off in different areas, like what Jacob was reading on the plat earlier, so I think they're just trying to define this area as for this traffic signal. And there is a box already there.
So this is within that 15-foot easement that the city already has.
There is a 15-foot easement already, correct?
So they're not encroaching any further onto our property than that easement that already exists.
Right.
Correct,
And there's no cost to the district.
correct.
And is there any change to, is the traffic box going to be a giant box or the same as what they already have?
It's already there, that will not change, it's just that the arms will be different. It won't be the poles with the cables across on this
Okay.
four corners.
All right.
Is there any other discussion, commissioners? Hearing none, Joanne, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Ray. Here. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Okay, we're going to move to the pipes and pumping project update. Brianne, would you like to update us on this?
Yes, as we start looking at budgeting for next year, this is one project that we've carried over from year to year. It's currently budgeted this fiscal year for 3.2, but the project will not be complete this year. So as we look at our finances next year and we want to plan for different things in the budget, staff is still 100% supportive of this project. The Friends, as you heard Jim Miller's statement during public comments, they're 100% supportive of it. They list it as a priority project. So I just want to, as we move forward to budget for next year, I want to make sure that we are all still good with carrying this money forward into the next fiscal year for this project. It will go out to bid. I don't know exactly when it's going to go out to bid, but it's ready for the procurement phase with the city. They've got all the permits in hand. Things got a little bit delayed, I guess, with the pandemic, so we'll see, but I think they plan on going out to bid. It just would not be complete by September 30th, 2020. So we'll carry over into the next fiscal year. And because those monies, we don't carry money over until it's approved in the budget, I just wanted to confirm that everybody's, we're good carrying that money over as we start planning for next year's budget.
Do we need a motion for this?
I was just going to ask you that.
The answer is yes, the motion would be appropriate to provide your executive director with the appropriate direction.
Move to approve carryover of the monies for the pumping station from fiscal year 2019-20 to 2020-21.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Rollins. Joanne, that was Mr. Engel to make the motion and Mr. Rollins, Commissioner Rollins to
Actually, can we make that inclusive of any contingencies too? So it's not 3.2 plus a contingency of 10% or something like that?
Yeah, I think I share Bob's concerns. We are a taxing authority with a much tighter limited budget, and therefore, we can allocate, we already have 3.2 allocated, and according to the 2016 letter from ATM, they were estimating 2.5. I think they're gonna come in, I would expect, well below their 3.2. But I think it also gives it really gives the group a budget to work with, and if it's higher, they will either come back to us or to others to contribute towards it. And if they feel strongly about it, they will pay for it moving forward. But we have to be clear with our financial commitments, particularly with Gumbo Limbo. 3.2 million is a lot of money, and this is a very significant investment. And it's, as we all know, some of these projects can mushroom into something much bigger. I'm pretty confident that the city is going to be within the 3.2, but we don't want to be on the hook for it. And I guess it goes to really the city's budgeting process, which I'm not real familiar with how they're bidding this particular project. If they're bid to design, or they're just going to award to the low bidder, and if the low bidder is 5 million, would they continue to go with it? I think that's by the capping at the 3.2 is saying they need to rethink who's going to pay for it.
Okay, we have a motion that has been amended. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Rollins. Is there any more discussion on the amending of this motion? Hearing none. Joanne, would you do a roll call vote for the amending original motion, please?
For Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes.
Commissioner Ray.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, so now we have the amended motion.
We need a motion on the item as amended.
Yes.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, so Joanne, Commissioner Engel did the motion as amended, and Commissioner Ernst did the second. Is there any more discussion?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I just have one further discussion item, is that the main portion of the pumps are designed to be in a building on the east side of A1A. And all the pumps, as I understand it, are on the west side of A1A. And I have a real concern that I'd like to express regarding potential damage to that site, and making sure that if we put $3.2 million in this project, I know most of it's going to be underground, but I want to be certain that there's insurance on that building and those pumps that are going to go in there.
Okay.
So I'm concerned about windstorm damage as well as flood damage to that property.
On the east side, the new property on the east side.
That is correct. I don't know what the value of, I forgot, I think it was in that schedule we were talking about, but it's over $500,000, I believe, for that pumps in the building that are situated over there. And that elevation there is higher than most, but it still concerns me about the potential for storm damage to that property. And I'm just wondering if they've taken that into consideration, because if those pumps are damaged by a storm, and they're out of business for a period of time, then you could end up having fish and turtles that are stressed due to the lack of fresh water.
We're gonna have to give them CPR.
Yeah, well, just a comment, I think it's a good idea, a good location, because it'll prevent the cavitation that they were concerned about in drawing bubbles into the pipeline, and a lot of the other things being able to blow out the pipe when it gets plugged up. But it's a big project, and and we've been very fortunate, knock on wood, with the storms. That last storm, if it had come through Bahamas straight across to our area, we wouldn't have to be worrying about demolishing the facility that Gumbo Limbo. I think the storm would have taken care of that for us, and in the process, these pumps and piping would have been very vulnerable.
I
failure on the ones that they had now. And they were talking about a spare pump to have on site, which was only about $78,000. Is that still an option to have in case the pumps on the east side that are newly built can still be used in an emergency like that? Or is the new piping system something that you can't plug in something on the west side anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point, Aaron.
Just to keep them going for, what did it say, 6 to 7 days after, until the pipes can get, or the pump can get back up and running again.
Brianne, would you like to,
I'll research that, yeah, and find out.
that's a good point, Erin.
If they need it, if it's something that they would need.
Well, hopefully we won't have a storm, but looking ahead. I've gotten lost, we haven't voted on this yet.
No.
No, we're not.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? Joanne, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Commissioner Ernst?
Yes.
Commissioner Evil?
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsett?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray? Yes. Motion passes, thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Ernst, page 47 of our agenda packet, the approval of payroll and invoices, please.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of payroll invoices of a total of $1,900,187.39. Second.
Discussion?
Madam Chair, I just have a couple of items of just information on the health insurance that we have in place now. Do we know when that renewal comes up?
I think it's in November.
Okay. I've asked that when we get the renewal information, that it be circulated so we can take a look at it. With health insurance rates going the way they are, I want to take a look at the plans that they may offer us. If there's a significant increase in that, I want to take a look at that. The other item was there's 2 charges there for Bank of America, one for $39.82 and the other for $26.88. It just says, I'm not sure of the explanation there. I guess it's
Those are credit cards.
yes, a variety of vendors that are in that. Is that a credit card?
Yes, those are both credit card both different credit cards.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Just when the health insurance comes up, I just like to look at that before we automatically renew that.
Okay.
Is there any other discussion, commissioners? Joanne, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Ernst?
Yes.
Commissioner Evil?
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsett?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Time for our reports and discussion items. Our executive director, Ms. Brianne Harms.
Commissioners, at our last meeting 2 weeks ago, there was a motion made to amend the MOU that we have with the Friends for the Tower, and that was to extend that for 6 months. One item that wasn't clarified in the motion was that the project has changed, and our current MOU dictates that it's a funicular that's being designed, but now it's going to be ramping. So we wanted to, and Jacob can kind of talk about what the motion needs to say clearly. We need to make a new motion to define it as is no longer the funicular, but now the ramps, and extend it for 6 months. And I'll let Jacob weigh in on that.
Jacob.
I think that really covers it. As we were revisiting the MOU to prepare the second amendment and provide for the extension, we were reviewing our notes and went back and looked at the minutes and confirmed that the board's discussion included the idea of a ramp as an alternative to the funicular along with the 6 months, but the motion was limited only to the 6-month extension. So just to assure that it's the board's intention to provide the other option as well, we just like to clarify the motion from the last meeting, and we'll go ahead and finalize that amendment.
Commissioners, can I have a motion to
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsay,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright.
Yeah.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Ms. Harms, is there anything else that you wanted to share?
Just a small update on, as you guys know, a lot of the passive parks and have started to open and the municipal golf courses opened as well. Tomorrow they're gonna open, there was some question this week about our parks, so tomorrow they're gonna open Sugar Sand Park and Patch Reef for passive use only, not the buildings, and not any areas where people, large groups could cluster, so it'll just be for the walking trails and, basketball as long as people are following the social distance guidelines that are put out there. So those facilities will open tomorrow.
Brianne, what about the Spencer Park, Horn
That one is the passive areas are open over there.
And what about swim and racket? Is there any timeline that they have for opening tennis courts and pools?
Not right now for the community pools are open per the Palm Beach County executive order, but the municipal pools, these have not opened yet. And that's my update.
Okay, thank you very much. District Council, Jacob.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Commissioners. I just have one quick item. We're now in the midst of our second virtual board meeting using communications media technology, which is authorized by the recent executive order of the governor. The state of emergency in the state of Florida expires on May 8th, and along with that expiration, the prior executive order would have expired. However, last Thursday, the governor entered a new executive order providing for the phase 1 step-by-step reopening plan for the state, and packaged in last week's executive order was an extension on the CNT virtual meeting option. So we have this opportunity for at least a little while longer. I know we're meeting like this evening. Based on discussions we've had with the executive director, we anticipate that our second meeting in May will also be conducted in this format. We currently have this option so long as the governor's order remains in place. We're continuing to monitor the action in Tallahassee to the extent that there's any additional opportunity or relief that comes our way from the governor's office. And should the need arise to go back to an in-person meeting, we'll certainly advise the executive director and the board if and when that time comes. But for at least the time being, we're okay having these virtual meetings under the most recent executive order of the governor. That's all I have.
Thank you, Jacob. That's good information. Okay, commissioners. Commissioner Engel?
I'm good.
Of course you are. Okay. Commissioner Ernst?
Madam Chair, just
You cut out. Your microphone. Can you please hear?
we approved the installation of a fence at Boca. Someone's playing with the volume, I guess. The fence over at Bocatica for the tennis courts because they're using it for a pickleball environment. And it occurred to me, and if there's a demand for pickleball, and we are not, firm on when and where this
in bad need of resurfacing those courts. They're a mess.
Could I get a motion to direct Melissa to look into the possibility of, and get some pricing on this to bring it back to us at a future meeting?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second Steve's motion.
Okay,
Thank Craig for bringing it up.
yes.
The only question I would have would be to be able to provide parking. There is that area for parking, but there's no parking spaces or anything like that. Is that something that we would have to provide, or is this something that we're just offering for like walk up?
Well, I think that area there, Aaron, I can't remember, I think it was available for parking when the golf course was open. And, but I think that it just has to be policed up and cleaned up, because there was still some construction along there that probably would need to be removed. But I think it's worth exploring what the possibilities are of getting that open for the neighbors that want to play there. And I think that's probably who would use it, is the people that are in close proximity that probably can walk up.
There is a parking lot, it's just not locked.
Now, you only have singles anyway, so until, further notice. So there wouldn't be that many cars.
Well, pickleball play with 4 people.
Well, it'll open up in time, even if it's a month or two. If we kind of look at this as let's say a 1-year or 2-year project, let's assume we're through the phase 2, phase 3 reopening of our area. I think we need to think about, where are we going with the golf course? I think we laid out a design, we're waiting for the city's approval on it. But we have a kind of a big unknown with the economy, with our funding and how this is all gonna work. So it may take longer, I don't know. And the other big bogey in the whole thing, and no part is what's going on with Boca Muni. That the environment changed significantly with Boca Muni, and GL Homes still has an option to walk away, is my understanding. So if GL Homes walks away from their land proposal there, I think that it opens the door of a question is, are we doing what we want to do as a community? And I think that's a joint conversation with the city. In the meantime, we have the opportunity to, let's look into the, cleaning up the tennis courts to be pickleball courts or whatever, our combination. And then the thing right behind this that we should really start considering is the whole hotel site is really, a giant mess. And if the plan is to do nothing with the east side for some time, I think we really should clean out the whole hotel site, make it a flat, bare land, so it's not an eyesore with the fence around it for years to come. So I think that's something we can do. Anyway, we need to start getting some estimates to really clean it up, just put grass over the whole thing. So it's,
The football courts on the dais right now, so do we need approval from the city to
Yeah.
move forward with that?
Yes, anything that we do on the west side, under the current ILA and Jacob can weigh in, has to have approval by the city. So that would be the starting point. I could reach out to the city and talk to them about the options to put that we're willing to put the pickleball courts, that we want to explore that option, and then we can see where they're at and move forward if they're good with that.
it's an interim measure.
Right.
It's not permanent. No.
Right.
And I agree with Craig too, so we need to keep in mind that area over there that we're demolished, both the clubhouse and the hotel needs to be policed at some point. If it's going to be an extended period of time before we develop that. Even that fence along the south portion of the west course, where the shrubbery, it's almost a losing battle trying to bring those plants back. We need to, in the long term, we need to think about what we're going to do
rid of the hotel site, the area there, and put down sod? Do we wanna look into the cost of that now, or?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I do too. Maybe
If
something.
we waste that, then don't we have to have irrigation,
Yes, we do.
right?
Irrigation?
Well, those are things that we just have to definitely investigate, because I think to be a better neighbor, I think we're gonna need to do those things.
At the very least, we need to clean up the site, even if we don't put grass down, even if, we just leave bare earth, it still needs to be cleaned up because it's still an eyesore.
Keep people off it.
Should we direct Melissa to look into the cost of that, Brianne?
Yeah, we'll take care of that, we'll look at that.
Okay. Well, we have a motion to possibly have Melissa look into resurfacing the tennis courts and making pickleball courts. Is there any other discussion on this?
Yes, but it's for Melissa to look into it, and actually it's directing the executive director to work with the city to look for a temporary solution that makes sense, because it is their problem.
Okay, and then I'll get with Melissa to talk about what their.
The cost is.
Okay. Any other discussion? Joanne, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes,
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsong,
Yes.
and Commissioner Wright.
Yes,
Motion passes, thank you.
Good. Okay, Commissioner,
In that same, can I make a second motion to ask the director and Melissa to look into cleaning up the hotel site?
sure. Mayor?
Next motion.
Commissioner Rollins, Joanne, who did the second on Commissioner Ernst's motion. Any other discussion? Joanne, would you do a roll call vote on the motion to clean up the hotel and the site on the west side?
Sure. Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
yes,
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsong,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright.
yes.
Motion passes, thank you.
Anything else, Greg?
No, I'm 2 for 2 this week, so I did better than last week, so I'm gonna stay.
Commissioner Wright, do you have any reports or discussion?
No, I don't have anything.
Commissioner Rollins?
No, Madam Chairman, I'm good.
Oh, great. I do have a question about when we do get back in the boardroom, how do you want to do our social distancing? Do you want to have plexiglass between our seats, or do you want us to just kind of move to different tables and have the 6 feet between us? Brianne has had some ideas.
We could come back at the next meeting with some options, because we were gonna talk to the manufacturers of this furniture to talk about extending it, and talk about different things so that the 5 of you could sit here with 6 feet between you, and then staff could sit elsewhere in the room, and how we could work. We could come back with some options for you guys to look at and weigh in on, if that makes sense, unless anybody has something.
yeah, that makes sense to me.
My question would be, maybe go back to Jake, how long is the executive order for the governor, I think, expires on Friday, and so our emergency order ends. This will be more, whatever we do, let's say, if it moves Friday to sometime in June, so be it. What we're trying to do is more precautionary going forward in the future. Is that our goal, or what do we want to do? Can we keep the Zoom calls?
The answer to the last question is yes. Under the executive order, the reopening order that the governor signed last Thursday, the option for these virtual meetings where a quorum is not physically required has been extended to an indeterminate date.
How's that?
For the time being, this is a valid option. Again, the governor at any moment could rescind that portion of the order, and we have to reevaluate. But again, for the time being, and presumably through May into June, we'll have the option to conduct meetings in this platform.
But could we phase in, so those people who want to join via Zoom, enter, let's say, I want to go Zoom, but Susie and Stevie want to be in, we can do a combination?
The answer is yes, and just for reference, there have been a number of municipalities
going to be needing this in the fall, in the winter, maybe. And I think that social distancing is something that everybody's gonna be doing for the coming months. So I say that the Zoom works quite well.
I'm happy with it. I'm with 60% of our board being of that compromised age.
Thank you.
I wasn't talking about you.
My screen, you're on this side.
So, I'm just as happy doing this if that's all right with the rest of the board.
Yeah, I'm in no hurry to make a change. It's been a lot easier to work with than I thought it would be, and I think it's a practical method to get past the social distancing issue.
I agree, and still keep on my pajama bottoms and not have to worry.
And no shoes.
One thought on it though is it worthwhile for Brianne to just explore the technology so that we go to a hybrid approach? So let's say in the fall, where we want to have some of us on Zoom and some of us, the outside public on Zoom, is it feasible to put it on the board in the boardroom there? Maybe you might need to expand some of the technology just to make sure it's a little easier structurally within the room.
Okay,
Sounds like a plan. We do have a couple of future agenda items, the banking RFP to discuss, and Brianne would like to update us on the CIP projects. Do you have any other future agenda items, commissioners?
No, I'm good.
Everybody good? Commissioner Engel,
I move to adjourn.
do I hear a second?
Awesome.
Okay, Joanne, do a roll call vote, please.
Sure. Commissioner Ernst,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel,
Yes.
Commissioner Rollins,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogelsang,
Yes?
Commissioner Wright.
Yeah.
Motion passes, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.